What's up, guys? Zinigami here, and Global One Piece Treasure Cruise is about to get fisted by a big, fiery red dog. Yes, the Akainu raid is gonna be coming out this weekend for Global One Piece Treasure Cruise. Now, first off, Global One Piece Treasure Cruise is not ready for this fight. You're almost never gonna be ready for this fight. The fight is only a 60 stamina version. There is no lower difficulty other than the 60 stamina version. It's only a 60 stamina fight. I believe the Bandai recommended level is level 250 pirate level in order to beat this fight. But I'm going to say that if you are not sure if you can beat it, the answer is probably just no, and don't worry about it. Don't do it. Don't do the fight. It's not worth gemming for. He's great, but remember, if you get one copy of him, he's going to be a 32 cooldown special, so you're never going to use his special unless it's something that you can stall super easily on, and then in that case, you don't need to use his special in the first place. So, if you can't farm him, don't worry about it. It is an incredibly hard fight. Even on the Japanese version, while I was doing this stage, I've got a very hard time with them. Even my most reliable teams are like clearing it 3/4 of the time. So let's go over what the fight is, why it's so hard, and what teams you can use. In this, we're using the Game With guide. Game With, once again, an amazing resource, an amazing site that's got a ton of very good teams. So you want to check out my videos, check out Reddit, check out Game With for a lot of recommended teams you can use. And we're using Google Translate because Game With is great, but it is all in Japanese. So one of the main reasons that makes Akainu really hard is that even though he's a strength fight, stage 1, just regular stalling stuff. You can see the numbers here if you'd like to. Stage 2 is where we're going to pay attention, though, because on stage 2, you are going to get your recovery completely nullified. You cannot heal at all. Now, later on, we are going to get a character that's Rare Recruit Kobe, and that Rare Recruit Kobe has the ability to get rid of the anti-healing debuff. Please note, this anti-healing debuff is not one that Mansherry gets rid of. Mansherry gets rid of the healing reduction. This is healing nullification. It is completely zero. You cannot heal using a Nell Captain ability. You cannot heal using sockets. You cannot heal using recovery orbs. You cannot heal using special abilities. You cannot heal at all. And the global version has no way to get rid of it right now, so you're just going to have to deal with not healing after stage 2. And that is one reason that just cuts off a large majority of teams, like Double and L, dead because you have no healing and now you just have 2 weak captains. So plan for that. Stall as much as you can on stage 1, and then plan on not healing ever again after stage 2. And stage 2, you're going to kill these guys. Great. And you think that's pretty difficult already, and then you get to stage 3 and you find out that on stage 3, they will preemptively swap your captain with one of your middle row characters. So you're going to have to plan on these guys being a 1 or 2 turn attack. They could be a bunch of 1-turn attacks, so you're going to probably want someone to delay here, or be so confident in your attacks that you can kill them, and maybe take an attack or 2 of several thousand damage. So your turns are either going to be, their teams are either going to be planning on killing every single character in a single turn here, or using a delay, or hoping, fingers really crossed, that they are not all 1-turn cooldown, because, like I said, there are some teams that work great, but if you get to this stage and are all 1-turn cooldown, you're dead. You're just dead, because you don't have all your characters boosted in a single attack. So, it'll swap with one random middle-low character, and you can force this to pick either the left or the right side. Now, personally, when I do this, it will always swap to the right side, and that is the same RNG manipulation where as soon as you see who the targets are going to swap with, you can exit out of the stage and then come back into stage. As long as before your turn, it will swap your captain with a different character or force it to be the right character. This sort of RNG manipulation changes depending on the account and is finicky, but you can try to force your captain, just like forcing who Kuma Raid blows away and who Blackbeard locks one random bomb. Yeah, you can change who this forces, so that's important to keep in mind. And then if you kill these guys, you get past stage 3. Stage 4 is just a regular stage. You're just going to attack these guys, no problemo, and then on to Akainu. So Not only do you have to get past all those 4 stages, there's a boss stage. Oh yeah, there's a boss here. So Akainu has 4.28 million hit points. He will preemptively cut your health by 30% and change any non-strength, recovery, or badly matching orbs into strength or badly matching orbs. So if you have a recovery orb, it'll stay as a recovery orb. If you have a strength orb, it'll stay as a strength orb. If you have a badly matching, it'll stay as badly matching. Every other orb will get shuffled to something else. And you can kind of take advantage of this, especially if you're using Rob Lucci as your orb manipulator, trying to save those recovery orbs on stage 4. His first turn, he will not attack. He starts out with a 2-turn attack timer. You can delay him, keep that in mind. But on his turn 2, he will attack for 444,044 damage, 444 damage, 4 being the number of death. Ooh, great. So he attacks for 444. And he'll set himself to a 1-turn attack timer. So if you delay him with Goemon Usopp, after that turn 2, he will still set himself to a 1-turn attack timer. Remember that, is that even if you use like Goemon Usopp to delay or whatever to delay, he will still set himself to be ready to attack on turn 3. He will also shuffle your orbs, giving you recovery, strength, or badly matching orbs, and he will clear buffs and debuffs. And then after that, he'll attack for 12,000 damage, 12,800 damage, and he'll go back and forth between the 4444 and clearing buffs and debuffs and shuffling to strength, recovery, and badly matching to attacking for 12,000. Strength, recovery, badly matching, 4444, clear buffs, attack for 1,000. We're not going to get to there if he attacks you more than once. You're dead, because you're going to also get the health cut at the end. That health cut, that 30% health cut, is at the end of each turn. So at the end of every single turn, you will lose 30% of your current health, which, since you cannot heal, you're going to be at basically no health, which means like Croc Team, a 6-star Croc Team, great, because you know you're going to be at low health guaranteed. Once you kill him, once you get through that 4.2 million hit points, you're not done. He revives. You have to kill him twice. You use Shiryu special, he revives. Well, no matter what you use, he will revive. And when he revives, if you get him below 20% health, either before or after revive, he'll attack for 444,000 hit points, which if you weren't dead before, you are now. He heals up to 1.4 million hit points, and then he'll continue his if he has not cleared buffs, he'll clear buffs and debuffs on the same turn, and he'll attack for 14,000 every single turn. He'll do 14,000 and clear, and then 14,000, 14,000, clear, 14,000. And if you're below 20%, he'll still attack for 44444. So what are we gonna do against him, right? A bunch of teams from Game With right here. If you check them out, a lot of teams you cannot make. So let's look at teams we can make. And the first team we're gonna look at is the 6-star Kuzan friend captain with your Enel captain and a bunch of cool guys. So remember who you put in the middle row is gonna be very, very important on this fight. And we're going to, on this team, you basically need Zoro to be picked as your swap target. If Rob Lucci becomes your swap target, you are in a lot of trouble because he only boosts himself and Kizaru, because those are the only 2 fighters here. But you don't really have great choices here on the swap. You really want to get Zoro to be the swap target, so force Zoro as a swap target, otherwise you lose on stage 3. You just straight up lose. Don't forget, you can also use Zoro to delay on turn 3 until after that swap goes away. So you can delay on turn 3, swap goes away. So if you get the Rob Lucci, you can delay, basically lose a turn, but it's very, very hard to clear all 6 characters in 2 turns. So let's say you make it all the way to Akainu. Alright, great. So with this team, remember that Kizaru needs you to kill something every single turn. If you do not kill something every single turn, you will lose your attack damage. You'll just drop all your damage. But as long as you kill something every single turn, Kizaru will have a huge attack boost. Turn 1, you're going to burst on turn 1. Anytime you're using a Kizaru friend captain or any Kizaru captains, you are going to burst as soon as Aokiji. As soon as you Kuzan, Aokiji, I'm messing up my names. I'm gonna mess up my names all day long. Just pay attention to who I'm pointing to, not the words that I say. If you're using an Aokiji friend captain, you're always going to be bursting as soon as you get to Akainu. So he's going to give you those strength and recovery orbs. Rob Lucci guarantees that you have 3 blue orbs. And you can move one of those blue orbs onto one of your other characters. So we're going to have guaranteed 3 orbs. And then we can use a Nell special and Doflamingo special. And then also use a Kizaru special to get that blue orb. So with this team, we can move 1 orb up to Enel and keep the orbs here. So you got 2 different ways you can run this team. You can either go with a 4.4 million damage, assuming that you have max levels and no cotton candies for attack except for the attack on the Aokiji. Remember that whenever, I completely blanked on it. Whenever Akainu dies, he will blow away whichever character landed the killing blow. So with this team, you actually need not your Enel or Aokiji to land a killing blow, or you're going to be in a bad time. So let's say we have the Kizaru, or the Rob Lucci landing the killing blow. Okay, Rob Lucci lands a killing blow, 4.3 million damage. Rob Lucci gets blown away, and then you're not using the Kizaru special this time around. After that, who knows what orbs you get turn 2? You use the Kizaru special on turn 2. You still have the Doflamingo and Enel specials, thanks to Aokiji. And then you can do 2 million damage after the revive. You can also use Kizaru on turn 1. If you use Kizaru on turn 1, you can get, let's say we have those orbs once again, Kizaru on turn 1. You do plenty of damage, ending once again on Rob Lucci or Kizaru. But then you are kind of hoping for a matching orb. If you don't have a matching orb after the revive and use Kizaru special on turn 1, then you won't have enough damage. You do need to get lucky enough to get an orb. And remember, if this is your turn 1 attack, he will not have shuffled yet, so you can get non-strength orbs. If you want to know how to bind in the calculator you don't know, remember that we have an instructions button down here that will tell you what to do, or you can just hold down Alt and click on somebody. So that's the first team we can get to. Now, instead of Enel, another great option is using basically the same team, but with 5+ Luffy. In fact, we've got, so here's a 5+ Luffy style team. Rob Lucci can replace with any orb manipulator. Capone is great. You can also use like Quick Kaku, who will work great too, but Rob Lucci, Capone are your 2 best orb manipulators. Quick Kaku works well on, say, Time Skip Luffy, which we'll get to later. So with this team, with a 5+ Luffy, another team that works out relatively well. Once again, Enel and Rob Lucci's are in the middle row because Enel is going to be the one who we want to get our middle captain. We're going to use Luffy hopefully on turn 3. If you can manage to stall long enough, if you had a 16-turn Luffy, you might be able to swing it. Otherwise, yeah, turn 3 is going to be real for this team. If you can get past turn 3, this team will be okay, but that turn 3 is kind of super shaky. You can have Aokiji in the middle as a second, because Aokiji will boost 3 characters, but Rob Lucci will want in the middle for the matching orb. So you got a little bit of choice on where you want your risky turns to be. Either hoping for better orbs or hoping for better turn or stage 3. So once again, we're going to assume that we made it to Akainu. We use Rob Lucci special to get 3 orbs, and then we can move them to get our matching orbs here. And we also get a red orb for Luffy. Now with this team, we can use Luffy to delay, so we can attack on 3 different... We get 3 turns to attack. You can burst even on the 3rd turn versus Akainu. Akainu. So you can't always attack on turn 3, because you could use the Luffy on turn 3. We use Enel special. We use Doflamingo special first. Remember, use Enel special first, and then use Aokiji after that, because we're using the Aokiji here to bind orbs, just to make sure we keep our orbs after the revive. So you want to attack, you want to burst down not on turn 2, because on turn 2, if you burst on turn 2, he will clear your buffs and shuffle orbs. So you can do it after turn 2 if you use Luffy, or do it on turn 1. So you kill him on turn 1. It's the best option. You don't have to worry about anything bad happening. You have basically these orbs almost guaranteed. This is a recovery orb, not attack orbs on Enel. Make sure you, once again, do not end on Aokiji. Do not end on Aokiji. Bind here. Oh yeah, you have to burst on turn 1 with Aokiji. What am I saying? I'm thinking of Cavendish. So it's, once again, with Aokiji, you have to burst turn 1. Because if you don't burst on turn 1, you burst on turn 2 or 3, you'll lose all that damage. And that's just from his captain ability. That's 2 million damage gone from his out. So you're bursting on turn 1. You've got just enough damage to clear it. You can always swap out Aokiji with any other orb binder, like Leo is a great orb binder. Let's say we end on the Enel. After the revive, we will keep our orbs because he does not shuffle yet. We still have our Doflamingo and our Enel specials. Aokiji special doesn't matter. We have our Doflamingo and our Enel specials, and we can kill him after revive easily. The hard part with this team is getting past turn 3. Turn 3 is a real killer. I'm not exaggerating. Turn 3 is very bad. So you get past turn 3. Once you get there, hit your perfects. If you have attack cotton candies on these guys, great. Just make sure you do not end on the Aokiji or you will die. Next team we're going to look at is Cabbage. So Cabbage, Luffy, the Kaku here can be replaced with any orb manipulator. Is just showing a different orb manipulator for it. The way this team is going to work is we're going to burst on turn 1 or turn 2 or turn 3. It's a lot safer than the Aokiji team is, just because you get several turns with Luffy and delaying. And we don't care about his orb shuffling, because after the revive, so let's just say we burst whenever. Kaku changes orbs into either quick or dex. So let's say we get 3 orbs with him. We can move an orb to Cabbage, and we get a green orb on Dofi. So we got a lot of orbs to work with. Because you got a minimum 1 orb here. If we use Kizaru special, Enel special, and Doflamingo special, we will kill him. But one thing we have to remember is that we are not going to be using Cavendish as the last attack, because he will blow away the last attacker. So make sure you click on the damage calculator, move Cavendish to like the second to last attack. Make sure you look at the math, make sure that's not 4 million hit points. And so here we're going to attack with Cavendish second to last, maybe even third to last, just Cavendish as our 4th attack. You will still do enough damage to kill him. And then let's say our Kizaru gets blown away. So Kizaru is gone. After the revive, no more specials. We only need Cavendish special. And Cavendish will deal 1.7 million damage with his attack. That's with a 200 attack cotton candy Cavendish. If you do not, or 100 attack cotton candy, if you do not have attack cotton candy, it will be a much closer, but you can still do it depending on what the rest of your team looks like. But you really want to have the 100 attack Cavendish maxed out level. It's very important for this team and any other team that you're using Cabbage. And remember that after a revive, you will not have Kizaru special, even though Kizaru is a 2-turn special, because if you use Cavendish special, it will clear positive buffs, including your Kizaru special. So just make sure you do not attack with your Cavendish last, or else you'll blow away the captain and you're going to have a bad time. So a pretty good team. With this team, you've got a pretty safe stage 3. Because we have Kaku, who is a quick orb booster, or a slasher orb booster, so he boosts attack of himself, Cavendish, Doflamingo. But if you also get the Enel, you'll get 4 quick characters with Enel boost. And you also can use Luffy on stage 3 if you get lucky, if you can stall all the way for Luffy on stage 3. The other... so here's... If you have a Shiryu, we can take advantage of Shiryu special. Now, instead of using a double Shiryu team, I would recommend actually using a Shiryu team with a friend Cavendish. So the reason I recommend using a Shiryu with a friend Cavendish is when you use Shiryu special, Shiryu will be the one who killed him and he will be blown away. If you use Shiryu, if you use like Zoro to delay on turn 1, 2, or 3, or even Goemon Usopp and Zoro, let's just say you have used Goemon Usopp on stage 3, Zoro on Akainu, you have 3 turns to use Shiryu. If Shiryu misses on turn 1, exit before you attack, come back in, would you like to continue? Yes, attack, and then use Shiryu on turn 2. If it misses, use Shiryu on turn 3. You have a 58% chance for Shiryu to work in those first 3 turns. 58 chance for Shiryu to work in the first 3 turns. And if it does work, great, you killed him. On the revive, use Cavendish special, and use Mihawk special, and then you will kill him. So you have to use that Cabbage special. Attack Cotton Candy on the Cabbage is very important. I was like, why is this damage lower? Attack Cotton Candy on the Cabbage and Mihawk special after the revive, and you will kill him. But that's if you get Shiryu to work in those first few turns. But this is a lot safer than the double Shiryu team, because the double Shiryu team, if you get Shiryu to work the first time, you only have a 25% chance of killing him on that second time. So if you do want to rely on Shiryu, use Dofi Captain. Stage 3 will be a breeze, because whichever one he swaps to will be an easy stage 3. You've got a ton of health, because you'll be using the 1000 Sunny, the Mihawk Slasher ship, so you actually have more health than I have here. So it's a pretty easy team, and then once you get there, you just gotta roll on the Shiryu. If you hit Shiryu, you can kill him after revive every time with a Cabbage friend. Now, let's go into some non-free-to-play teams. I've got 6-star characters, and I want to smash Akainu. What do I do? The team I'll probably be using is going to be a team like this one, a double Whitebeard team, because I've got Whitebeard, Doflamingo, and Mihawk on global. The problem with this team is, of course, you're using Whitebeard. You gotta get past stage 1. Stage 1 is pretty deadly when you're using Whitebeard. If you can get past stage 1, you'll be a lot easier. Getting past stage 1 is the crux of this team. So let's say you get past stage 1. Get past stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 are all relatively... the rest of them are pretty good. Goemon Usopp on stage 3 pretty much every time. Goemon Usopp you need for stage 3. No Goemon Usopp, no stage 3, you're dead. Goemon Usopp, stage 3, piece of cake. And then we get to Akainu. With Akainu, you can either use both Mihawk specials. You'll have basically 4 matching orbs, thanks to Dofi giving you matching orbs on adjacent characters. Both Mihawk specials means that you will need attack cotton candies on your characters. You will need attack cotton candies like there, or attack cotton candies there. So that way you can do over that much damage. You'll kill him, end on the Enel. Enel gets blown away. You revive, you use Mihawk special for 1.4 million damage, and then attack again after the revive for a little bit more damage. You'll do good. Doflamingo gives you matching orbs. You know what I mean. Whitebeard Captain. Use Whitebeard Captain specials, Mihawk Captain special after revive. You guys know what I'm talking about. Forget my words. I'm name dyslexic. Goemon Usopp, of course, to delay whenever you need to. So this team, pretty good as long as you can get past stage 1. If you don't get past stage 1, you're dead. You can also just use one Whitebeard special before the revive. Use one Whitebeard special and just attack a few times, then burst, and then use Mihawk after the revive. And the other Whitebeard special to make sure you kill him. That's another option. Whichever one you want to do, both of it works. Get past stage 1 is a trick. Get past stage 1, you'll be great. Now you've also got double LGD Team. This team is probably one of the easiest teams to use. You can put your Rob Lucci and your Doflamingo in the middle row. That works fine, but the problem is with this team, you're not going to have a very good stage 3. So I would actually recommend putting a Nell and Leo in the middle row. So Leo will boost 4 characters, and Nell will boost all your characters. So ideally, a Nell is who gets swapped out. You will still keep your Kizaru Captain ability as long as you kill something every turn during that swap and after the swap back. Remember, you have to have 9 kills in order for it to be max. So with this team, we're going to put Rob Lucci and Doflamingo on the bottom row. As soon as you show up to Akainu, boom, 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 boom. You even have a 20% health cut with Leo. Use a Nell special, use Dofi special, use an Aokiji special. You're going to demolish him. And then no matter who you get binded, you will demolish him after the revive. You can get 3 of your characters binded and you'll still demolish him after the revive. So pretty good team. Pretty good team. And I once again would recommend putting Leo or any other captain that works well with this team. I would recommend an orb binder. You can also swap this for like Kizaru and then save Kizaru's special for the revive, so that way you can use his special to guarantee a blue orb. But Leo also works fine to bind your orbs down, or you can even use, oh, you can use any binder, any orb binder to make sure you keep it down, or orb manipulator. So this team, very, 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 very good. You don't even need the blue Dofi. You can swap this for a Dex Dofi, but then you want to put Rob Lucci in the middle row so you can get 3 orbs. Or there, so you can get 4 orbs if you have Dex Dofi here. So you just need to have your own Aokiji yourself. And then there is Time Skip Luffy. Time Skip Luffy, gonna be brand new, it's gonna be fresh, it's gonna be hot. Everyone's gonna use that Time Skip Luffy. So time skip Luffy, Capone is a free spirit orb manipulator. Apu is gonna be your free spirit booster. Leo, health cutting and orb binding, and you can use this Dofi or blue Dofi, does not matter. Leo becoming captain is great. Capone becoming captain, boost the attack of quick characters, also great, so you got very, very safe stage 3s. You use your Capone special, get yourself those blue orbs, use both Luffy specials. Use Apu and use Dofi. Demolish him. Leo to bind your orbs. Don't finish your attacks with your Luffys. Finish your attacks with anybody else. So we said we end on Apu. Luffy special stay after revive. You're good to go. So double time skip Luffy, a very good team also. And don't forget time skip Luffy, you also get that about 25% damage reduction. So it does help out a lot. So guys, those are just 7 teams you can use. Any other team you want. Remember, if you are using a Aokiji friend captain that you're going to need to burst on turn 1. If you don't burst on turn 1, you're dead. If you're using a Cabbage, you have the freedom to burst on other stages, but you won't be doing as much damage, and then you want to be using Cavendish to kill on the revive stage. And make sure you're not going to be... make sure that you use Cabbage. If you're going to use it on the same turn as your Kizaru, use Cabbage first and then Kizaru afterwards. You use Kizaru first and then Cabbage. Cabbage will clear that buff. Akainu is a very, very hard fight. Don't worry about it if you can't beat it. It's incredibly difficult, especially because A, you cannot heal after stage 2, and B, stage 3 will just kill any team that's not ready for stage 3. So don't worry about it if you can't beat it. I've been Zenigami. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around this long and just hear me rambling on and fucking up all the names. If you like this, you can go to patreon.com/Zenigami and help support the channel. Or you can go to twitch.tv/Zenigami and check us out live. Once again, I've been Zenigami. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck. Get ready. Most of you guys are just not going to be fighting this fight. Y'all stay beautiful.